Hi, this is Bert Kinnister. We are bringing you the Battle of Meridian. Today we have Little D versus Eddie Brighton,
Yeah, that's right.
and we're going. One's going to nine, the other's going to five. The ultimate winner of this, there's $50,000 involved in the tournament. This is the TV table. There are 8 bar tables here in Big Time Billiards. So away we go. Rob.
All right. Let's go, Bert. So this is the first rack.
Can you imagine all these people wear hustler clothes? You know, but when I was
Uh,
actually hustling pool, I wore pants that were 5 sizes too big, and I kept pulling them up, and I didn't want anybody to know what I was
you didn't
doing.
want to advertise, huh?
Oh
No wonder.
God, no! I looked like the biggest fool there was when I was out in the bar world.
No harm with that.
No, I made a living.
So this is an amateur tournament. Yes?
Well, it's open to everybody. There's pros in
Oh,
here. Rob Saez is playing in here. I don't know who else. I tried to get a list of everybody. I haven't gotten it yet.
I see.
But it's open to anybody. Anybody could be playing in this. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. You would imagine for this kind of money, there would be a lot of good players involved. If Rob Saez is down there, uh, there must be other people. I don't know what first place is. I do know they're playing. There's 50,000 total.
That's a
So
big that's a big
that's
tournament.
big for a pool player, you know.
Oh yeah.
If a pool player walks out of a building with 20,000, it shouldn't take them more than 24 hours to get broke in a poker game.
I guess that's true.
Hey, where they are, it is true. You never have enough. No matter how much you have, you never have enough.
Not if you keep spending it.
Cornbread Red won $190,000 in Vegas. He went outside, smoked a cigarette. He come in, bet the whole 190,000 was broke again. Billy Burge.
Wow. Man.
He was happy to do it. He wanted, you know. Freddie the Beard followed in his footsteps. All Freddie ever wanted to do was be a character, and he
Well,
was.
it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, but losing, I don't know. I'm against it.
Well,
Okay,
another
here's the
attempt.
first break.
That was another attempt. One in the
And
side pocket.
1, 2, 3. Four's the trouble. The
Yeah.
problem here is going to be the 4 ball. Now you can't if you get on the 3 correctly, you can come cross table and hit that 4 ball, but you got to decide what. If you decide to hit it on our side of the table, you could bad things could happen to you. So you got to decide to hit. Actually, you should probably hit the 7 ball or move them right now, but then you're not on the 3. You got to get on the 3 here. And I think from the 3, you're trying to go into the 7, not the 4.
Yep. Well, that's going to be tough.
No, he can do it from here. He can do it from here if he's a good player.
I wonder if that 4 passes. He's looking at that now.
It does on this table, but you got to get right on it perfect because you got to get on the 5 next. You know, I'm moving to 7. I'm trying to move to 7. I'll be in the. Yeah, it passes. He didn't hit that. Well, he can get on the 5 from where he is. This must be Little D. He scored the 9. He hit that pretty good.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, he didn't
Well,
hit it
that's the
good
cage.
enough to win.
Yep.
Children at home, he should have gone into the 7. I mean, sports fans at home. I call everybody kid or children or it's just a pool room way. Good. You know, I got thrown off of Facebook today. Somebody talking about pool. I told them to get up, monkey, and they threw me off for bullying.
Oh,
Hey, I've been saying that my whole life in pool rooms. I didn't make it up. Somebody kept calling me a monkey. You need to move to 8 here. He didn't know that.
Yep.
You
Oh,
move the
and
8 out. You just move the 8 out of the way of the 7. Now you got to, you still can get out, but
you got to be precise.
still more precise. There was a time to move the 8 out of the way.
Oh, the week.
Okay, kid. Should never move that 8, huh? I guess he's good.
I think he wanted to achieve the middle of the table there.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. Oh, maybe I was right. He should have moved the 8. What's 55 years of experience tell you?
Don't scratch.
Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Oh, they sweep them. They sweep them. Well, we used to do that all the time, betting thousands.
Yeah.
I watched Dufford and Earl, the old match. They went to 21 on a 10-footer yesterday. I watched it again. And they didn't sweep anything. If the ball was hanging in the pocket, they had to shoot it.
I think that's the right way to play.
I do too.
And in fact, I think that's the right way to practice too. When you're just kicking the balls around with your friend, you should not get into the habit.
Never.
Of letting the 9-ball go. You should just always shoot them.
Absolutely, and you should shoot the 9 or the 8-ball if you can, just softly. Whatever you do, don't let the cue ball loose where you might scratch. If you're banging those balls hard and you're hitting the back of the pocket trying to attract the women with noise, you're not going to last long in this game. Well, there comes a 1 down table. 1's gone.
1's gone.
2's a little tough now. If you bank at my level, this isn't that bad. You can get on a 4 and bank on a bar table. On a real tight, I'd still probably bank it. But I doubt these guys are going to do that. I might do? I might go into the rail, come off into the 7-ball, play the 9 in the corner, and be done with them.
That's really smart. I would have shot.
He did it. Hobo.
Bert's right again.
I am right again. He's pretty smart to see that.
I did not
Most
see that.
I
would have shot the bank, I admit.
Well, I'd have done just what he did. Probably with a different result, but
I've been using magic racks for so long now, I don't even know if I could rack the balls with that.
Those goofy gimmick things, I've done videos of the magic rack or all the other different bullshit racks. Now Watchman throw me off of here for that. And the rack comes up in the air and absolutely interferes with the roll of the balls. I've done it a dozen times. There's no chance that those Invisa racks or those what do they call them? I don't know. Cut out racks that wear out so you can sell people more of them. The Delta racks were real good, but they got into the pool business without doing their homework. They went broke in the pool business. Delta makes some patio furniture now.
Oh. I've used those metal Delta racks. They're good.
That's a nice rack. It is. I mean, there's nothing you can do to make, $6 worth of aluminum worth $100 and something. But a good wooden rack works. But you can't, they don't wear out after 10 games. Okay.
Well, it probably speaks to the racks I was using. They're plastic at most of the pool halls I play at, and they flex. So it's very hard to get a good rack.
There are good plastic racks, but they don't flex.
Yeah.
I prefer a good wooden rack, like the diamond rack, the wooden diamond rack.
Yeah,
You
those
can
are
get a
nice.
tight rack every time. And I used to use the Sardo rack. The Sardo brothers are good friends of mine. And the Sardo rack would give you a good rack, but it was hard to set it up. And you can do the same thing on any table with a template and use any rack. And so now they make the templates out of plastic. They wear out. You buy them a dozen at a time. And whole pool world's going for it. The players don't make any money, but guys that can figure out how to sell things that wear out and break down have to. Okay, well, he's going to kick at this. I know most people don't see it. I kick two rails out of the corner and hit the two, try to hit the two sort of at the side pocket and bring the cue up here behind the 7, 8, 4. Try not to bring the cue.
You want to hit that out of the top left corner is what you're talking about, huh?
Well, you can shoot right at it. Oh, you can just roll it in the side and get up here on the 3. The key is to have an angle on the 3 so you can get to the 4. I'm betting the biggest guy's little D.
You never know.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out. No, I don't know. I'm looking at the 9 like it's a cue ball. I'm right. Don't jump at it. Kick it, 2 rails out of. Don't. Well, you don't shoot the cue in the corner. That can be disastrous. But he did tie up the 5 and the 6.
Yeah.
You just got to get an angle on the 4 to get into this 5 and the 6.
Yep.
Well, he's where he can do that. He overhit it a tad. I wonder if they throw me off of Facebook for saying tad.
What's bad about tad?
I don't know. I didn't know what was bad about monkey. Well, he can't do it. I don't think he's going to. He's going to try and draw it into these guys, or maybe get. But he's not in good shape. You have to have an angle on that. Now, if you hit it with low, you might get lucky and move that. But you got to come into it pretty full. If you hit the 5 thin, you're gonna get stuck behind the 6. The pocket, this corner pocket play is gigantic, so he's got a lot of room to play with. But if he uses any left or any right, he's not going to hit that ball. This is just low English.
Austin Martin, Scott Campbell, Austin and Scott Campbell.
He's hitting it with low left.
Yeah.
And instead of coming back, well, there's the 4. He can still get it to the 5. I need new glasses. I'm not seeing the colors good. 4, 5, 6, 7. I see them. Maybe it goes to the side. Maybe I'm crazy.
Lost.
He hit it pretty good. He hit it pretty good.
Yep.
Still, he's a little bit on the wrong side of this ball. Stop it right there. It's a big pocket. Don't draw it. Well, he got where he has a shot.
I don't like crossing that 8 ball, what he did there.
I don't
like
either.
It because there's a blind spot.
Well,
I try and
you can snooker yourself.
yeah.
You never take a snooker route. This is not easy.
No, there's scratches everywhere you play this.
Yep, something bad can happen to you from anywhere. Well, he's got a shot at the cheese.
I guess it's a bank. Let's see what
I
it
don't
is.
know. I don't know. He might cut it. I don't know how good these guys bank. Let me see what he's trying to cut it. He's going to cut it. He's going to cut it. He's going to try and cut it. And that all comes from being out of line and crossing that 8-ball the way he did.
Yep.
We just didn't think far enough into the rack. He seems to have some skills. It's hard to think all the way. People don't think you need to think out the whole rack of 9-ball. They play 3 balls ahead. That's because most people aren't smart enough to play more.
Well, it takes practice. It's really hard.
It is hard, but if you want to be a pool player, you better be able to do it with 8 balls. The average good pool player, the average professional pool player can think at least 8 balls ahead.
It's funny. I watched, just last night, I was watching an old video of Willie Mosconi, and he was explaining that off the break shot in 14-1, he said, I can tell you after the break within 2 inches where the cue ball is going to be for the last shot.
Oh, I believe it. Those guys that play great straight pool, they know where all the balls, they know after the break where they're going to be for the next break and where the balls are going to move to from that break. They know. They have an idea where all 15 balls are, where they're going to be, what areas they're going to be in. They already know before they break the balls.
Yeah. I mean,
it's hard to believe, but that's the truth.
Yeah, if you're not a professional player, as most of us aren't, go try that. Just go take a look and see if you can pick where the last ball is going to be. Right. It's not easy, man.
It's not easy. That's the key ball, but it's not easy. If you're smart enough to do that, you could have been a brain surgeon.
Yep.
Really?
Or a chess champion.
A chess champion, yeah. They make a lot of money, right? Efren will play anybody in the world chess for $5,000 a game.
I didn't know that.
Nobody's barred. And 3 cushion for $5,000 a game. Nobody's barred. Absolutely. Well, he would. He's gotten old. He's sick now.
Yeah. I didn't know.
There's something wrong with him. How long can you smoke cigarettes without?
Yep. He found the side pocket, unfortunately.
He did.
And that leaves an opening.
It leaves an opening, but where is he going to play the 3? Unless that's the 4 down there. That is the 2, no?
I can't tell.
I can't tell either. I need new glasses. It must be the 2.
Yeah, so he's got to come to the left side of the table.
And play a combination with the 3. God, he almost hurt himself.
Second thoughts.
I think he's good.
That was good.
That was good. I didn't see that.
I didn't see it. This is a good aggressive play. I like that.
It was, and big pockets on this table. I hate that when I don't see it. My opponent stuffs it down my throat. Let's see if he plays that 1 in the side. They're all playing the 1 in the side nowadays.
Well, so far, every rack has been a 1 in the side, but every rack has hit it a little too far. It's all come on our side of the side pocket.
That means they need to hit it softer if they're playing the 1.
Mhm.
If you're coming short of the side pocket, you got to hit it harder. If you're coming past the side pocket, you got to hit it softer.
Now it's interesting when you play that one ball in the side. Now you got to control the two ball and figure out where the two ball's going.
Right.
I've always played the wing balls in, and then just try and get the one ball. It naturally comes down where you break into the break box. I find that more reliable, but that's just me.
I do too. I've always played the wing nut my whole life. I've tried playing the one ball. You know, I know how to make it go higher, lower the pocket, but I don't seem to know how to make it go in with any kind of frequency. Now he's playing the combo. You got to play this real soft.
That worked out nice.
It
Look
did
at that.
work out. Yeah, he hit it good. He hit it good. Now you just got to draw it back, get on the two. Just did the three, come straight across table for the four. 5 in the corner, six in the corner of the side.
Got a little savior there on the
He did, man. He didn't mean to hit that 9 ball, but he got away with it. Now he's got to come all the way. Well, he did call you. That is the 3 ball in the lower, isn't it? Oh, that was just a terrible shot. All right, kid, you know so much. Bank that 4 into the 9 and show me something. He must be from Houston. He's got an Astros shirt on.
Yeah.
Maybe you put a baseball up there somewhere. You can distract him. Well, he's going to play it. I think he's going to play either a safe. It looks like he's going to play it. He did play it. And he got maybe lucky. No,
I don't think so.
No, he didn't get lucky. There's a safety here, and if you can play any kind of bank, you can bank that 4 ball pretty regular in a pocket that size. And just go ahead and get out. I'd be banking the 5. I have the 4 and playing position on the 5 for absolutely sure.
So everybody knows.
No, it's the 7. It's not the 4, huh? What's he looking at it for?
2 a.m. will be shut down.
No, that's the 4. We got to buy Alvin some new cameras.
We got to buy me better eyes.
I make an appointment tomorrow. I can't stand it. I'm seeing so bad.
You know, they have these glasses to fix color blindness.
Yeah.
And I went, they have an online test. I did the online test, and about two slides in, they said, your vision is so bad, we can't help you.
Oh, jeez. I think he's going to try and cut the 4. He might have room. It looks like he's cutting the 4.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good shot. He should be out from there. You just slow roll this. Most people can't hit him slow, so he's going to probably do something else. One of the biggest things you can learn in this game is how to hit them softly, accurately. Biggest club you can have in your bag.
How do you learn to do that?
You hit shot number 1 soft enough to replace that ball 8 or 9 million times.
Yeah.
No. About 100, tens of thousands.
It is
if
for
you
sure.
Hit shot number 1 as soft as you can with center ball, the cue ball will take the object ball's place, and the object ball will go in on its last revolution. And you can learn to do that every time. but you have to have the tenacity of a rocket scientist. You do.
It's tough, but that's the work that gets you there, isn't it?
It is the work that gets you there. You can't go at it like an engineer. You have to go at it like a mathematician. Great shot.
It's beautiful.
You know the difference between a mathematician and an engineer, right?
Tell me.
Mathematician has to be perfect. An engineer only has to make it work.
Reminds me of Yogi Berra. What's the difference between theory and practice? Well, in theory, there's no difference, but in practice, there is.
Yeah, there is. That was a good out, man. That was a good out.
That was some good position play onto the 8-ball.
Mm-hmm.
Shot number one, shot number one, shot number one, shot number one.
It's the only real shot there is in pool, but you can't convince anybody. You know, I've trained so many professional players that have done it. When I was training Niels, he went back to Holland. He was a teenager when he started with me. And I told him, don't come back till you can do this. And when he came back, it was like 2 years, 2.5 years. He had done it 750,000 to 1 million times. He lost count at 500,000.
Yeah.
Really?
Results speak for themselves.
Yeah.
He's a world champion.
I mean, hey, he walked out of my house, went to Japan, and came second to effort he won 65,000. I told him, give it to your father and tell him to put it away for you. And he may have.
I watched that match recently. That's a really good match. It's on YouTube. It's worth digging out.
Yep. I've seen it.
Niels looks like he couldn't have been more than 20 or 21 when he shot.
He's right there. He might still have been 20. He might have been still. He'd been coming to me for 3 or 4 years by then. He was young. He was young. He's old now, kids. I mean, not old, but he's... Yeah, I used to think 50 was old. When I turned 50, I thought I had minutes left. I did.
Well, if you want to know how good you look now, just go look back at pictures from 10 years ago when you thought you looked terrible, and you'll see how good you look. It's the same now.
He just swung at it, man. He didn't have a plan. He let everything loose. And
there's a good lockup safety here.
There sure is.
I would have got more distance, but that worked. I think it worked.
He can jump over and hit it, but he's going to let everything go. If he does, I don't know. I'm sure they're using jump cues. Maybe, I'm not sure. Share screen. Oh, probably they got Anthony Lander up there with share screen. That's probably where they got su nombre. Uh-oh.
All right. I think there's a big chance for Eddie.
1, 3, 4. See, there's a chance to make that 9 here if you really know what you're doing. But you always take the run out when it's this soft.
Unfortunate that he landed on the 5-ball there. Made everything harder.
Well, it's unfortunate he missed a 2-ball. Well, he's headed for his chair. I've spent a lot of time in the chair in my life. You don't overhit it. You come straight across table. You'll bump the rail. Or this is all right, too, coming around 3 rails to get on it. As long as you don't do that.
Unfortunate kiss.
No, he needed more English on it to avoid the kiss. He didn't scratch. That was fortunate. No, the only way out for him is a bank it cross side, hard, center ball, come back up here for the 5-7. Otherwise, play safe and put the cue ball behind the 6. Well, he did exactly what I said. If it stops, well, that's a pretty good shot. This guy must be Little D. He's playing good. No, he hit that good too. A little hard, but Little D and Big B. Big E.
Big E. Oh.
Too much distance. He left himself too much distance. A lot of people get in trouble when they shoot balls that are hung in a pocket like that 7.
You can make a whole study of shooting balls in the pocket.
That's video number. That is. It's video number 24, I think. Side pocket winners. Oh, it's a hanger. It's a hanger. That's video number 24. It's how to handle every condition.
Yeah.
It's a hanger. You got right
well,
on
it's
it.
Interesting. It's interesting. Making the ball is not the issue. Just the position.
That's right. People get so excited when they have a ball hanging in the pocket. They know they can't miss. They don't know what to do with the cue ball. They're so happy. They just open fire. But videos.bertkinister.com, number 24. You can run it for 4 days for $5. Not going to make me rich, kids, but it'll make you understand how to play hangers.
Tell me, if some people listening and watching, if they've been stuck at home for 9 months, haven't touched the pool table, what's the best way to get yourself back in shape once you can start playing again?
Bet more than you can afford to lose with people you can't beat.
How about practice routines?
Well, that too. But they just want to get in there and play. You'd be surprised how few people can actually do real practice.
You gotta, it's like a musical instrument. You gotta learn to love the practice, or it's never gonna.
You have to enjoy it. Yeah, it has to be the joy of hitting balls. And the joy of hitting balls comes with the ability to hit them correctly. And the fastest way to that, children, is shot number 1 off the 60-minute workout. It is, you know. You get double your money back, but you won't do it. All you guys out there in TV land, you won't do it. All the professionals I've ever trained have done it. And, you know, there's 30 or 40 of them that aren't kids. You know, the kids got a hold of the videos, but they didn't get the actual training.
Table 7, Andrew Bateman and Barry Bass. Table 7, Andrew
He's okay. Slow roll it. The 4's the four's a problem. You know, the 6 to the 7's not really a problem. So you just slow roll this, and you got to get on the 3, and then you got to get on the 4. I mean, to slow roll it, you're on the 3.
I feel the only difficulty here is you got to play accurately. You don't have to move the ball a lot, but you got to be accurate.
That's right. With the cue ball.
Yes.
He's rocking.
He's waiting.
When you slow roll it, you don't use high English, kid. You use center. High English will make you go too far. You're all right. He's all right. Now, if he's a good player, he just stops it and makes sure he has a shot. So, that's the axiom. Make sure you have another shot. You don't make sure you're perfect on it. You make sure you have it. And he does.
Nope.
How about drawing straight back into the 9? I've done it.
He may. He was really aggressive on that prior 9 ball.
Well, he's drawing it. He's okay. Now, a good player plays this in the corner, comes off the rail, and comes back to the end rail. A bad player plays it in the side. A player that he's coming, he's shooting to the corner. Good man. Proud of you, son.
He played that nice.
That's where the money was. He's got the angle he needs. It's all over, sports fans. Call the publisher and tell him that's all was wrote. All that was written?
All that was written.
It's all she wrote. When it's over. He hit that a little brisk. But on this table with the big pockets, no problem. That was nice. I like coming around those 2 rails like that. That's how Efren would have hit it.
Anything to avoid drawing the ball.
That's absolutely correct.
Just go forward.
You draw for show and you follow for dough. That's the axiom.
I play with a number of Filipino players, and one of them showed me the tables from the Philippines. And it's not even a pool table. It more looks like a square shuffleboard table with discs. And they play with a pool cue, and you play it on the beach. The table's on a gimbal, so you can turn it around. You don't have to move. You can't draw the disc. All you can do is move the disc forward. So they learn this. Yeah, they learn this really effective, powerful game moving forward with the cue ball, not drawing it.
Right. And the old-time players knew that. You know, the Mosconis, Lassiter, Eddie Taylor. Well, Eddie Taylor could do anything he wanted. He had the best stroke ever created in pool. He did. He had the most fearless stroke ever created by man. Wow. I learned a lot from him.
Yeah. Did you meet him?
Oh, he used to try. Him and Luther Lassiter taught me.
That's amazing. That's very fortunate. Wow.
It was, I met them both in Johnson City. I was down there. I finished strong in the one pocket. I won a lot of money in the back room. I was just a kid, People thought they could spot me, and they did. And they ended up busted. But I could see then. What do you do? What do you do? You can probably kick and make this ball. It's a giant ball. Close to the pot. You can do more after that, but he's going to push, but he doesn't know where. Where do you push to from here? Give it back to him. See how much fun he has with it. Yeah. You give it back to him. I give it back to him. Show me.
You can masse around and get to this ball, but then what?
You can jump it and hit it for sure. And if you really know what you're doing, you can jump it or draw it back from the two. But you really got to be somebody. He's going to mass say. Maybe not. I haven't seen anybody use a jump cue yet, maybe. But, Earl Strickland invented the jump shot with a regular cue.
He's Earl Strickland.
Yeah, but, the jump cue was just made to make money. That was a good shot. That was a good shot. I mean, that was just something else. Actually, Bob Mucci made the first jump cue, and jump cue and the break cue were only added to sell gimmicks to people. When I was coming up, the players, Nick Varner, Siegel, Artie Bogan, everybody broke with their own cue. They wanted to break with the cue that they felt most comfortable with, and they jumped with their own cue. There was, cue makers made up jump cues. You should have seen the process they went through. They had broomsticks that they roughed up at the end. Some of the jump cues were broomsticks. They were harder than hell to jump with. I got a video on jumping, and I have one of those broomstick jump cues that they were selling. I can't remember the name of it. But,
I tried before COVID. A buddy of mine got a new carbon fiber custom made jump cue, and I gotta say the thing bounces like nobody's business. It's pretty good.
It's how you hit the ball, man. It doesn't matter if it's carbon fiber or if it's stainless steel or if it's wood. It all has to do with how you hit the ball. If you freeze two balls together with $100 bill in between, I can jump it clean with a shaft.
Mm-hmm.
I made a lot of money that way. Somehow the cue ball goes up in the air and then moves forward and comes down on the other side. Then if the $100 bill falls, it don't count. I think I got it on a video somewhere.
That's a nice shot.
Yeah, he got on it good. So there are 8 more matches going on right now.
Wow.
Have you seen anybody? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I've been on a bit of an old pool player kick, looking at the differences in the stroke between then and now. And if you look at Mike Siegel or Varner, any of those, all those guys hold it. They choke up a lot, and they actually hit the cue ball. The cue looks like it's descending a little bit into the ball. I think it's just because their hand is so choked up. But it's very interesting the difference between then and now, how people stroke the ball.
Take a look at Luther Laster and see where he holds that cue. I held it at the balance point when I played my best pool. Look at Luther.
Mm-hmm.
He holds it right around, way forward.
Mm-hmm.
He said that the closer you hold it to the tip, the more control you have. And watch him. He was only the very best 9-ball player, probably the best player of his time, into his 70s. All those hot dogs caught up to him.
You can watch those old matches. They're on YouTube. When those guys are older, but man, they still play good.
I had the rights to all of those. All the stuff you see with Fats, and I bought all the rights from Big Time Fights. I used to sell the things. Now they're up here for free on YouTube.
Well,
I got tired. Suing people is just so counterproductive. There's only one winner.
It's a crappy business, suing people.
Yeah, well, it is. The lawyers love it.
Being a lawyer is good business.
Yeah. Now, if he gets behind that 4, that was a real shot. It's not bad. I don't think he hit him.
I think he can see the edge of the 3 ball.
I do too. He might be able to see the whole ball. I sued a guy once for infringing on my copyrights. I spent thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars. And on my way to court for the final reckoning, I'm walking with my lawyer, and he says, "You know, you're going to have to give this guy something." No, I don't know I'm going to have to give this guy something. Oh, I could have had his wife for this kind of money. So when the judge said, "Well, I said, "Don't worry about anything. Give him anything he wants." And that was the end of it. And I lost all the money I spent on the lawyer. I'm not giving him anything. He could see it.
Good. He had a big ball.
He did have a big ball. And, you know, that 9 ball on his big pocketed table. You play the 4, and, you hit this with, maybe an eighth of a tip below center. You might make the 9, and you're still going to come over for the 5.
Mm-hmm.
On a bar, I wouldn't do that on a 9-foot. I wouldn't play on a 10-foot. Those things are bigger than the room I grew up in. I grew up in Bedminster playing on a lot of 10-footers.
He tried it. It's like he can read your mind.
Mm-hmm.
I think he put a lot of spin on it.
Yeah, I didn't need much spin. This guy's still got a full ball. What he fails to realize right here is that 4 ball's actually straight in. You play for a full ball hit, you can't miss this ball.
No one's going to believe you, even though it's true.
I know.
You cut it, and that's what happens.
Well, if this was a 9-foot table, you hit the rail on a 9-foot tight pocket table. That ball is hanging right there. Video number 55, The Secret of Long Hard Shots, kid. I shoot 1 million of them. Oh, I got Mark Finkelstein on that. He's teaching pool all over the place. All over New York City. Love Mark. He's been one of my study students for 30 years, over 30 years.
Wow.
I wouldn't even use high here. I would use just left English, get to the rail, and you'll spin to where you need to be. See, the high gave him an angle he didn't want. The spin would have brought him up better. I mean, this is just a soft shot, but I make them shoot all of those. How about you?
100%.
100%. That's a saying that's going around. Everybody says that. 100%.
But it's true.
I remember when the big word in academia was clearly, about 40 years ago. Now only politicians use it. Call the ball you think's going here.
I think the 1 ball is going to go long in the pocket again, the side pocket.
No, he's not playing the 1 hitting it like that, from the center like that. He's playing a wing nut. And the wing nut went.
And the 1 went, and the cue ball went.
Well, you can't have everything. And the 2-9 looks pretty easy. And the secret here is to hit the rail before the 9. Children, if you're listening out there in TV land, I know whereof I speak. You hit the rail just before the 9, you cannot miss this ball. If you aim to hit the 9 first, I mean, you still make it sometimes, but on a tight pocket table, see, he hit the 9 first. That's going to be wrong the rest of your life. Put it up there and try it, kids. You hit the rail just before that 9 ball on a tight table, on a hard 9-footer. You see which works better.
Table 8, Mark Henry and Grace. Meridian Grace. Mark Henry and Meridian Grace, table 8.
Well, when you hit the 9 ball directly, you have a good chance of driving it into the rail and then driving it away from the pocket. If you hit the rail first, you got a much better chance of hitting straight down the rail, and you got that big wide opening.
Well, if you hit the rail first, you
the
put a little outside English on the cue ball and put inside English on a tad on the 9. But it plays 70 to 80% better into the pocket hitting the rail first. But, I'm only speaking with 55. I've been playing since I'm 8. I'm 73. How many years? By the time I was 14, I was on the road gambling. I was south side of Chicago. Outfit guys took me all over the place. That's where I got this accent, south side Chicago outfit. South side Chicago Italian. No, I got this accent in the pool room. This is how we used to talk. So we could identify each other in a crowd. None of us ever left the pool room. Me just to go to school. I was either in school or in the pool room my whole life.
Well, that's not a bad way to go. Not a bad way to spend your time, really.
No, I spent a lot of time in art museums.
Yeah.
I knew Art Hodes. He was a great piano player. I knew Richard Schmidt real well. He taught me he was the best color theorist I've ever met. He was at the American Academy when I was at the Institute.
You studied
Richard Schmidt? Yeah.
Studied art?
I studied art, yeah. Well, I was going to be a counterfeiter. I had a friend, Francisco Lambertino, that etched a perfect plate for a $5 bill. And at the university, we thought we could make the paper. We could not make the paper.
Probably just as well.
Yeah, $5 was like 50 now. It really was. And it was a minimum bet. Nobody would bet. Anybody that tried to bet less than $5 back all those years ago was laughed at. People had money then.
Pool halls I play at, the minimum is about 50.
50 a game?
Yeah. 50 a set. I don't see people playing for less than that.
Well, I'm talking 5 a game, but yeah, 50 a set. That'll make you pay attention. How about the 5, 7, 9? No? Okay. How about the 4, then the 5? What is that? That's the 3.
I guess it must be the 3, yeah.
Yeah, these cheap 50-cent glasses are betraying me here.
Guess he didn't like your shot.
He's going to like it in a minute. Maybe. If he gets on his 6, well, running out isn't too tough, but if he gets on his 6 just right, he can get to the end rail and play the kiss on the 9. On this table, the 9 will play gigantic. You see that? Not the combination, the kiss?
Yep.
Kids, you got to be thinking all the time. Never take your eyes off the table. Never. He got he got where he could win from, but he did not get where he needed to be. Almost did. He let Whitey go a little bit, but he got on a ball. It's just a matter of can he follow it down to get on the 8-ball or not. Nothing fancy. That's the wrong side of the 8-ball for me. But I'll take it.
Still shooting. Still shooting.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's got the perfect angle. He looks like a mean guy.
Mean with a Q, anyway. That's pretty good.
Well, you're making him shoot this one. He stayed down and hit it good.
So when do you write your biography?
Man,
Hustling at 14, learning from Luther Lassiter.
I've got everything. I've got the draft written till when I'm 40 something.
Well, that's not bad.
No, it's not bad. I need to just write that up, and then I could, at 40, I thought I was almost finished. I even started my business at 40. Now, see, he's playing the one.
Mm-hmm.
And it went over there. It went too far. If you take some speed off of that and hit it just like that, that one will go in the pocket. If you take too much speed off of it, it'll go high of the pocket or low of the pocket, depending on what you think is high or low. Sport fans, there really is no high or low. There's no up or down.
There's the part you break from and the part where the 9-ball goes. That's it.
That's it. Can you stay in line? Staying in line means having the correct angle on the next ball. Playing good position means nothing more than falling on the correct side of the next ball. That's all he had to do unless he's perfect. He's perfect. How can he lose from here? If he loses from here, I predict he goes outside and shoots himself. You could hit that a little harder. See, I hit something like this really soft. I don't use draw. I don't use high and go into the rail. I don't think you can safely. See, I would never do that.
That's just a soft shot for you, huh?
Absolutely. That'll give me the angle. I can draw to the correct side of the 9-ball. Now he's drawing straight down here to the incorrect. Oh, he's coming around 3 rails. That's how a champion would do it. Give him the ball. Give him the ball. No way.
You make me
I've seen harder balls than this given away in this tournament. And that's it. So here we are. We're done at Big Time Billiards, man.
Well, this was fun, Bert.
It was, Rob, man. We're having a good time doing this. I hope you guys enjoy us.
That was a good match.
Yep. We'll see you next time.
Take care.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye bye.